Welcome to Parking Lot Profiles with Tenring. In these days of COVID, where the truck shows have stopped and the truck stops have made it hard for us to sit down at a diner and get to know each other, I'm going to bring along some friends that I do know and meet some new friends along the way. I'm going to talk to them about everyday life and everyday things. I hope you enjoy this little series of mine. And for my first interview, we have Tony Justice, truck driver, musician, and friend. And at the end of the video, there's a special little treat for what's coming up. Thanks, Tony. You're my first interview. Thank you for doing this.
Anytime.
Tony Justice, the driver, the person. Okay. We all know you're a singer. We all know you're a good singer. And I personally do like your music. But I want to know about Tony Justice, the driver, the person. How old were you when you started?
I started driving when I was 30, 2000. I didn't start driving until later in life. I spent, from the time I was 19 to 28 years old, I played music. I mean, that's what I did. I worked odd jobs and was on the road a lot, traveling with my band that I had back then, and we played music, you know. And 27 years old, I went through a divorce, got custody of my two daughters, and I was like, well, you know, it's time to, you know, quit playing.
Get a job.
Get a real job.
Right.
And started driving trucks, and you know, that's just kind of weird because when I took my foot off the pedal on the music and started trucking, that's when things with the music really kind of started picking up. You know, it's like when I quit trying, and it's like, you know, we just had a lot of things happen, just kind of come and, you know, kicked me in the tail end, and
right.
So, you know, I started trying to figure out how to juggle the two, you know, the driving and still, you know, doing the music, and then taking advantage of some of the opportunities that were coming my way at that time, and you know, ended up landing me where I am today because of those, you know, those opportunities.
And where do you normally stay on the East Coast?
We run a lot of Texas. We have an account with Home Shopping Network.
Okay.
So we go to the UPS out in Mesquite, Texas, quite a bit, just east of Dallas, right there, and we go up to Chicago quite a bit, up at Willow Springs exit, the UPS out 294. We go up there some, and so that's my most of the routes that I run most of the time. I call in and you know, dispatcher reads off 12 or 13 loads, and I just
pick whichever one feels
where
good.
I feel like going, or where
what
the
I need
weather's the
time
best,
for.
where the snow's not.
Right, yeah, well, I don't get that opportunity a
Yeah,
lot.
I'm pretty blessed. I got an awesome job, and the people I work for, they really support my music.
What is it about driving that you like?
You know, I don't know that I know the answer. I know that it's a good thing that I enjoy it, because I would have a miserable life if I didn't. Because if I'm not out trucking, when I'm not doing that, I'm doing stuff like this. You know, I drove up here to be here for Dusty today.
Right.
You know, or I'm this coming Wednesday. Excuse me. You know, we're leaving and going to. I'm off work. So I got to drive to New Hampshire from here.
You're off work, but you're going to work.
Yeah, so I truck right up until the day before that I have to leave to go do a show. Then I drive to the show, and I drive back home, and then I get back in my truck and I go back to work. So I'm always. It's a good thing I don't have to have an ELD in both vehicles. I don't have to shit creek without a paddle, but we're really fortunate that, you know, I got a company that lets me do those things.
Right.
And we literally live on the highway. Literally is my home.
Yeah, because like I built roads for 20 years before I started driving, and the economy tanked, and I started driving, and I've got to where I really enjoy driving as opposed to building the roads anymore. You know? So just out of curiosity, if you weren't driving and you weren't musicking, what would you be doing?
Yeah, it'd probably be some kind of construction work back home, you know.
Right.
That's pretty much what I did, you know, the whole time while I was playing music before I started driving, you know. I put gas on it. I've operated, you know, track holes and skid steers. And
dirt work.
It's the dirt work. So I would imagine that's probably what I would be doing unless something else come along. I'd be unaware of.
There's just something about doing dirt work.
Yeah, I grew up around trucks and equipment. You know, when I was a kid, I played with Tonka trucks and Tonka front end loaders and the sand pile in the front yard. It was just something that always appealed to me.
Yeah.
Probably just because I grew up around it. So it would have to do something with the truck or equipment or something of that nature.
Is there any particular place other than Tennessee that you like driving the most?
I like running, I like running through Texas. I like the I-10, the I-20 corridor, quite a bit. It's probably my favorite route. Cross 40. Up in the Northwest, of course, it's breathtaking, Wyoming and Montana, those areas.
Columbia River Gorge.
Oh man,
is
that's
mine.
just unbelievable.
That's my spot. Is Columbia River Gorge right there in Oregon and Washington.
That's an amazing place.
Especially in the fall.
I like the Southwest. There's something about the desert scene and
Right.
there's just something about that cowboy and Indian kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's actually where I was running out through there across New Mexico. And that kind of, when it starts transitioning into that desert, the rocks, and you start getting that southwestern appeal to it, you're right across to their sun setting, and, you got music cranked up a little bit.
And I've really enjoyed watching and following your career, and I really think this album is going to do it for you.
Yeah, we'll see. We didn't think it was going to ever get the album done. We was right in the middle of starting recording it, and we got held up because of COVID.
Right.
But everything happens for a reason. We end up getting a bunch of songs we wouldn't have had for it if that hadn't happened, that were better than what we had. And at the end of the day, all we can do is try, and the rest is in the good Lord's hands, and we just see what happens.
All right. Good night.
All right, brother. Good talking to you. Here you go. So if you know the words, y'all sing along. Detroit diesel pirate ship goes blowing out again, sailing toward the setting sun. Freedom's their best friend, brothers of the highway, children of the wind. Pedal to the metal, try to outrun the rain. Another shot of truck stop coffee is running through his veins. This world turns on 18 wheels. Thank God we can depend on brothers of the highway, children of the wind. Them Detroit diesel pirate ships goes blowing out again, sailing toward the setting sun. Freedom's their best friend. San Diego, sail on, Tallahassee, north of Boston, up to Bangor, west of Austin, coast to coast, sea to sea, sail on, you brothers of the highway, children of the wind. In Detroit diesel pirate ships goes blowing out again, sailing toward the setting sun. Freedom's their best friend, brothers of the highway, children of the wind. God bless you, brothers of the highway, children of the wind. Me and my wife was back home probably about a month and a half ago. We were just working on music stuff in the office there, and I had an idea hit me from out of nowhere. I have no idea. I wasn't even planning on writing a song, but the title, Mr. Time Traveler, went through my head, and I got to thinking about a story my dad told me once about I was graduating kindergarten. I can barely remember this, but he was delivering out in California on Wednesday, and my graduation was Friday back in eastern Kentucky. And he had stopped out in California and delivered, and he had to stop and fix, because back then everybody was on paper logs. And he did what he needed to do to get back so he could be there for my graduation. And he's the one that taught me how to drive trucks. I know a lot of us, how many drivers do we have here? I know we got Did y'all's daddy teach you, or your grandpa? How many of y'all's dad passed it down to you? Mine did, and I know a lot of people did. So this is I started writing this song, and I realized that that's what this song's for, just to those who mentored us and passed down the trucking tradition and taught us how to do the job and do it right and do it with respect and dignity. And it's called Mr. Time Traveler. So this is only the second time I played this out live, so I hope you guys like it. He stopped off out in Modesto to rewrite history. He turned that diamond Rio into a traveling time machine.